Howdy folks, welcome back to Boondockery. Those of you that's been watching the channel for a while, you'll recognize this place. I call this place my secret fun spot. And yes, that sounds very juvenile, but that's okay. I feel young when I'm here. And seeing that I have never seen another human being here, and all the times I've been here, it is secret. And I have fun while I'm here, so it's my secret fun spot. But even though I tongue-in-cheek do call it my secret fun spot, this is a place to where I can come and find peace. Now, when I decided I was going to come here, I had a couple of things in mind. First of all, since it's been so long since I have been here, I wanted to scout it out. I wanted to see if other people had found it. I wanted to see what kind of damage has been done to the forest, down trees, things like that, with all the storms we've had over the past couple of years since I've been here, just to scout it out. Another thing, I wanted to possibly go and check out my cache that I've had here for about 3 years now. And but you know what? Just coming back here, I mean, that was a scout. And I'm tired. I'll be perfectly honest with you. This hike in really kicked my butt. I still have to get on back, same distance. So I'm going to be wore out tonight, which is good. It'll be a good night's sleep. I just decided I was just going to come here. I was going to enjoy the peace and tranquility that this place provides, have a little lunch, and relax for a while, and then I come back to the vehicle and go home. This will be my first of several visits to my secret fun spot this summer. I plan on coming here frequently, at least once a month, at least once, and possibly more than that. And they will be for weekend-long wild camps. Well, they may not be on the weekend, but they'll be 2-3 days without a doubt. But a lot's happened in my life over the past couple of years. I mean, a lot. And there wasn't a whole lot of opportunity for self-care. And that is immensely important, especially when, you know, I know most of you that watch my channel are my age, and you have either lost your parents or they're very elderly, and elder care is exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. And then to go through that process, and then, you know, the Lord calls them home. Takes a lot out of you. And I have denied myself adequate self-care for a couple of years now. And when I started thinking about, oh wow, I can go places, I can do things, sort of like, wow, I sort of forgot how. And so more than anything, I had to just sort of like push myself out and just start doing stuff. A little bit here, a little bit there, doing stuff around the house, things that I easily could put off I go and do it, and all of a sudden started getting me a sense of purpose, started getting me doing things, thinking about things, and over the past several weeks, my psyche has really improved quite a bit. Being able to, get out, was it last weekend, and do a video wild camp, and really loved that. And a couple days ago, I decided, well, I'm gonna come to the secret fun spot and have a little self-care. But that's okay. You're gonna have other videos coming down the pike of the secret fun spot, different places. One of the things that I wanted to do way long time ago, back before everything started happening in my life, I had scouted out a really awesome area, and then I would planned on coming back and do a multi-day recon of a much larger area, and that's on my checklist of things to do this summer. So that will be a nice one. Might probably be a two-parter, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed the footage of the way in. As you can tell, this is very rugged terrain, and once I get down off the ridge, there's a lot of mountain goat trails that you gotta go through to get to some of the spots, but it's well worth it. And as long as I'm physically capable of doing it, I'm gonna keep doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and break out my chow and start preparing it. Nothing fancy, super simple, just a mountain house meal. But to be able to just be here, enjoy a little food, a little peace and quiet. Yeah, I prefer that than a 5-star hotel banquet buffet. Just sitting here enjoying a cup of joe. Mountain House meals reconstituting, and it'll sit there for a few because I'm nice and comfy, and I'm not overly hungry. I was more thirsty than I was hungry. But since I sort of broached the subject, self-care, I mean, that's something that when we're younger we don't really even think about, because we're out doing stuff. We don't have a lot of the heavy responsibilities that we do once we get older. And so especially those of you, if you are from 40 on up, what do you do for self-care? I mean, leave something in the comment section. What do you do for self-care? I know that I made a point for pretty much the past couple years to hit the fitness center every day, do some exercises, and right around, I'd say November, December, um, I just wasn't there. And so I slacked off on that. And then I started back up again after the new year. Somehow or another I've injured my knee. And if I were to take my knee brace off, it would be twice the size of my other knee. And so it's constant pain. I've been to the doctor a couple times, and it's either arthritis or, my knee's wearing out. I'm in my 60s, so yeah, that's a pretty common thing, especially, I've spent the past 35 years at work on concrete, on my feet on concrete, so there's no surprise that, they're wearing out if that's the issue. But it's got me down both physically and psychologically, just not being able to do what I want to do. So, it gets right down to it. I just suck it up and do it. It's like I wasn't going to let my knee get in the way of me doing this. Now, a big caveat to that is I have been very careful hiking here. It took me a good bit longer to get here than what it normally does, simply because I was watching everything, every log that I step over. I'm watching the ground a lot more than I normally do, because even a small stick going across, if I hit it the wrong way with my foot, it just sends, really sharp, intense pains all the way up my leg. So, but that's the thing, trying to deal with what you've got and making the most out of it. And so, self-care. I know I entertain myself quite a bit by doing research, and my books. I have a pretty decent library, researching things on the internet. I'm on a real kick right now with load-bearing equipment. For some reason or another, I've really gravitated to load-bearing equipment that was being used during the Vietnam War. I find that very interesting, and it's took me to so many different directions in that point of history, military history, and I've really enjoyed that. So having those types of things to think about, concentrate on. Got a couple projects in mind. I've been playing with drawing designs out. I designed and built a chicken run for a chicken coop, and built that, and it's doing great. Those types of things, even though they could be work, they could be homework, those types of things, they keep your mind going. They keep your mind occupied on positive things, constructive things. So you don't have opportunity, you don't allow yourself opportunity to go to the dark places. Oftentimes those places you can't do anything about. And, I'm not very good at doing this, but because I am too human. Things get rough, I give it to the Lord. So Lord, this is yours. Lift me up, help me through it, but I got to give this to you. And frequently I'm like, no, Lord, no, give it back. I'm not miserable enough. I gotta hold on to it. And but oh, me, oh gosh. But and that was another thing. It's like spending time with the Lord, for me personally, whether or not that's in the Word, the Bible, devotionals. There's 3 devotionals that I watch daily, and oftentimes it provokes some scripture study. Dutch Sheets, give him 15, Alistair Begg, and then In Touch Ministries. All 3 of those have really good daily devotionals that I really, really enjoy, and I do think that they help a lot. So, and gosh, just trying to look into the future. Just one thing, just one little thing that you can plan for, that you can look forward to. At this point, coming out of the past couple of years, I mean, that's immense. That's incredibly important because for 2 years I had nothing to look forward to. Well, that sounds really negative, but honestly, I could not see far enough in the future, and I knew that I couldn't go far. I couldn't be gone long, and things like that. So I really didn't. I got to a point to where it wasn't even my head anymore to go, a week in the summer to go someplace. Colorado. I have friends in Colorado, things like that. But now at this point, it's just like, wow, I actually can. I want to do this, and I'm actually planning on things. And it's crazy how I used to be so active and do so much, and then boom, something monumental happens, and 2 years go by, and I'm like trying to relearn how to be the type of person I was before. And but self-care, very important. And it doesn't have to be big things too. That's the one thing I've noticed. I enjoy in the evenings after I get my chores done, after I get back from work, and I'm done for the evening, I'll sit down and I'll watch some nostalgic type of videos on YouTube. Ready for History, things like that. And it removes me from the turmoil that's still going on in the world around me. I'm very conscious to it. I do keep up to date to it, but I don't live there. And just to have something nostalgic, something pleasant to just calm me down, before I go to bed. It's been very enjoyable. But those are a few of the things that I've been doing for self-care. This is all starting up again, hitting the woods, planning out videos, things like that. Even though that is laborious at times, it's still self-care. And as long as I'm enjoying it and I'm getting something out of it and it has positive effects, that's self-care. There's several several times over the past couple of years producing videos, it was like going to work because so much stuff in my head, I just couldn't do what I needed to do. I come out to shoot what would be a 15-20 minute video, and it would literally take me all day because I would make so many mistakes, and I'd have to go back and reshoot things, and it's just like I'd forget stuff. So, but that season is now beyond me. This season, the new one, is beginning, and since I do have the opportunity to do so and the ability to do so, I'm going to pay a lot more attention to my self-care, and hopefully you guys will be recipients of that goodness, because I'm going to be out in the woods a lot more. I'm going to be making a lot more videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more things. But like I asked, what do you do for self-care? And I know right now, if you're anywhere, plus or minus 10 years to my age, you've been going through a lot of what I've been going through, and you know how hard it is. So yeah, please share that. And other people that might have a little bit of a challenge trying to figure out what they can do to make themselves happier, make them feel better. And so sharing that, those little bits of wisdom would be incredibly beneficial. Well, folks, a couple little tidbits I was thinking about while I was relaxing and enjoying things. Actually, I was leaning against that rock over there and laying against this nice incline, and I fell asleep. So I was very relaxed. I've spent a good bit of time just in silence, listening to the forest. There's a waterfall right over there. I don't know how well the microphone can pick it up, but I can definitely hear it really nice. And talk about the perfect sound spa. This is it. I was thinking about a couple things I should have mentioned early on, but I'll mention it now. The stuff I have with me today, I have a Molly assault pack and my chest pouch I just posted a video on. And what I have with me, I have my stove, alcohol, a couple Mountain House meals, some hand-to-mouth food, 2 liters of water. The water here comes straight out of the ground at different springs, and it's really, really good water. I've drank it without any purification whatsoever. Never gotten sick. I mean, it's ice cold coming out of the ground, and it's rushing. It goes really quick. No standing water. I've got all my 10 C's of survivability. Thank you, Dave Canterbury. I've got one of the heavy-duty space blanket type things that can be used for insulation. It could be used as shelter. It could be used for signaling. All kinds of great stuff. Just what I call my must-have things. I've got 550 cord. I've also got my silky saw. And things that I hadn't necessarily planned on using, but if the old man blows his knee in the middle of the woods and I can't get up, I have everything I need to survive and really be fairly comfortable an overnight in the woods while they come look for my old butt. But anyway, not really particularly heavy, very compact. I can maneuver through the woods very well with this. If my camera were so compact, that would be really nice, but it is what it is. And so also my glasses. I don't usually wear my glasses, but the thing is, this forest, there are so many low branches and things like that, and they are everywhere. The route I come in on, I'm constantly moving stuff out of the way, and I've had a couple really close calls with branches in my eye, and that could be the end of an awesome weekend if when I'm walking out, I poke myself in the eye before I even get to my camp. And that kind of stuff you don't want to mess with at all. I mean, bad things can happen if you try to let that go and not take care of it, by a professional if something like that happens. So an ounce of prevention works real well. I've thought about it several times about actually having a pair of glasses made that are like safety glasses, like the sports glasses, things that I would wear specifically for outdoors. I know that became a pretty popular thing with the military for guys that have to wear glasses. They would get those like sports glasses, almost like goggles, but they're eyeglasses, safety glasses. I think would be a great idea for anybody to wear safety glasses when they're going through the woods and stuff like that. Not just if you need glasses or limited need of glasses like reading or whatever. But yeah, these right here, they a couple of times coming in, the branch ticked right in the front, and I saw it. It was like, had I not been wearing them, yeah, it would have been bad. And we don't need that. We don't need that. Well, folks, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Folks, it had been so long since I've been in my secret fun spot. I truly had forgotten just how awful the hike back is, because literally it's all uphill. No exaggeration. Whew. That being said, as awful as the hike was back up to my vehicle, it was worth every second I could spend at my secret fun spot, as it will every single time I return. God bless. As always, folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.